You are looking live at Jimtown High School, where tonight the Indiana Northern State Conference softball standings lead goes on the line. The Tippy Valley Vikings visit the Jimtown Jimmies on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? Alongside Angelo Carlo and with WSBT 22's Bennett Wise patrolling the sidelines. It's Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us for what should be an exciting night of softball on Sports Michiana. Tippecanoe Valley comes into this one with a record of 6-5, but in the conference they are 3-1, and one of the big reasons, Anj, is Dalen Bussard.
Yeah, she's an outstanding pitcher, leading the way. She will strike out a ton here tonight, but she's also a great hitter. She leads the team in not only batting average, but home runs and RBI. She's got a nice group around her as well. The one thing that holds them back a little bit is the bottom half of their order, so they may not be able to get a ton of hits in that area. That's the one thing that's been holding them back a little bit this year, but otherwise a very solid group around her.
Jimtown leads this Indiana Northern State Conference with an unblemished 4-0 record, and one of the reasons, the Jimmies hit the ball around pretty well.
Yeah, they're a really good hitting team. That's come along, especially in the last couple of weeks. They only have 4 seniors on the team, but their top 3 hitters are seniors, so they're very senior-led in that regard. They also play exceptional defense. So regardless of who is in the circle, they're getting good defense behind them, and that's allowed them to rack up the victories, especially in league play, because they just don't beat themselves.
With Bo Hunt off tonight, we looked for another bearded wonder, and we found one in WSBT 22's Bennett Wise. Bennett, first year of this conference for both these teams. I think they like it so far.
Yeah, you could argue that they are now in better positions to win their conference championships. Obviously, we know the NIC is loaded when it comes to softball. And then for Tippy Valley, they were independent after leaving the Three Rivers Conference. And then, of course, now with being in the Indiana Northern State Conference, we're in a close race right now. If Tippy Valley wins tonight, they will tie Jimtown atop of the conference standings. And then if Jimtown wins it, they have a 2-game cushion with 3 games left here in the conference slate. Guys?
As all of you know, the rain has been on and off around here. We'd like it to be off for about 2 hours so we can bring you some pretty good softball tonight. It's Tippy Valley and Jimtown. We'll get you ready as we'll introduce you to our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. That's next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
You're watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, Patrick, Reliance, the Lillier Insurance Agency, Big C Lumber, Crown Trophy, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, your neighborly hometown heroes, Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic, and these great sponsors.
Shopping for tires used to be like pulling teeth. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's Tire Decision Guide made it easy to drill down to the right tires for me.
What?
Oh, I got a great deal. My tires shipped fast and free and arrived the next day. I even got 2 years of free road hazard protection.
Where?
You're darn right, wow. Next time your tires get long in the tooth, visit TireRack.com.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
You dream it, we design it. You need it, we've got it. We crank it out so you can crank it up. We work with purpose to power your passion. It's game on, so come on, let's elevate adventure. Let's take life to the next level today. Let's become better together. This is Patrick.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Time now for our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, and we have a pair of softball senior shortstops who also play volleyball. For Jimtown, it's Kendall McPhee, and for Tippy Valley, Michaeli Costello. We'll start with Michaeli, who I mentioned, Tippy Valley senior, volleyball and softball. She's the salutatorian in the senior class, ranked number 2. How do you balance everything between academics and athletics?
I just really focus on getting everything done, like all my schoolwork, and then also putting in the time outside of school to make sure I keep up on my athletic stuff. Just make sure I do everything that I need to do.
You're going to Purdue-Fort Wayne next year to study finance. Why Purdue-Fort Wayne? Why finance?
Well, I've always liked the idea of going to Purdue. My family's really Purdue people, but I like the idea of being a little closer to home, so I chose that. And finance, I just always wanted to help people in some sort of way, and I think that'd be cool to help people through finance.
What does being a Tippy Valley Viking mean to you?
I think Valley really focuses on the family part, and it creates bonds throughout everyone, and the community is very supportive, and I've created a family at this school.
Michaeli, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kendall McPhee, a senior at Jimtown High School, plays softball and volleyball, 3.6 GPA. How do you balance everything?
I balance everything by just making sure school is first always before my athletics, so making sure I get everything turned in on time and study for things I need to study for. So
you're going to stay in town, go to IUSB, and major in nursing. Why nursing?
Yes. My mom has influenced me a lot on that pathway, but I've always wanted to be a nurse, help people. I don't know what I want to do yet, but that's just something I've always wanted to do.
What does being a Jimtown Jimmy mean to you?
A Jimtown Jimmy, we're just all one big community, everyone's just tied together and close, so I think being a Jimtown Jimmy is just great and has a great community behind it.
Kendall, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kendall McPhee, Michaeli Costello, 2 senior softball players, and we're hoping to have first pitch for you here from our Sports Michiana Game of the Week coming up next right after this. Thanks for watching.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Are you tired of auto service from big box stores and new car dealers? 45 years ago, my parents, Bud and Diane, founded Zolman's with a strong commitment to the community. Today, Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care is still family owned and operated with over 150 employees and families. And we offer a price match guarantee on any tires from any local dealer, while providing complete auto service on all makes and all models, serving you and your family for 3 generations. Buy local, shop local. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Just graduated high school and now wondering what's next? Ready to start making a difference? Now is your chance. The St. Joe County Police Department Correctional Officer's starting pay is $50,000. Working in the jail can teach you life skills that you can use as a correctional or police officer. Benefits include vacation, medical, dental, and vision. For more information, call Sergeant Kylie Williams at 574-245-6263 or apply at sjcpd.org.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. The team's lining up for the first pitch here between Tippecanoe Valley and Jimtown. Let's take a look at the Vikings batting order. Here's Angelo.
All right, the key players in this batting order, as you will see here momentarily, Michaela Costello batting second, the shortstop hitting .333. She has 104 career hits. Then Dalen Bussard is the pitcher batting third, as you see there on the screen. Naomi Gertie is the first baseman, just a freshman, batting .290 with 2 home runs. And then at the bottom of the order, Elise Smith resets the lineup, batting .310 with a grand slam coming up on Tuesday.
And while we've got a quick moment, let's go over our keys to win, brought to us by our friends at the Lilliard Insurance Agency. For Tippecanoe Valley, they're worried about execution tonight. Their defense has been spotty as of late. They want to be hot off the bus, get off to a good start in the first inning. 5 is a magic number. They feel if they can score that many runs, they'll win. Jimtown wants ground balls over fly balls, hard contact, and they want to keep on running. They've been stealing a lot of bases. We're back with the first pitch after this on Sports Michiana.
I joined Notre Dame Federal Credit Union a long time ago.
1978.
I've been a member over 15 years.
I've worked with Notre Dame my whole banking life. 44 years.
I have my checking account there, I have my savings account there.
Really value the
community-based banking system.
My credit card with Notre Dame, I have my car insurance with Notre Dame.
I can't say enough good things, really.
I have my auto loans with Notre Dame.
My whole life is at Notre Dame Credit
Union.
Union.
I will remain with them until the day I die.
It's one unique, one special vibe.
In 1969, America celebrated men landing on the moon. Now the USA is trying to return, and Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is helping pave the way. IFT is providing paint, chemical conversion coatings, and non-destructive testing services for NASA's Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft, which will deliver astronauts to the moon and possibly Mars. Help make it happen by joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be.
Let's take a look at what the teams are wearing, brought to you by our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Tippy Valley is wearing black tonight with Vikings across the chest in yellow, along with yellow socks this evening. Jimtown wearing maroon tops and gray pants. And if you want to help your team look great, It's Tops can help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana, and they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
And as the Jimmies take the field, there is a story developing in the middle of the circle. For that, we go to Bennett Wise for Patrick's sideline report.
Well, Chuck, yeah, as you can see in the circle right now is Kyla Eberhardt pitching for one of the very few times this year. Again, going through that injury, a leg injury last year that really caused her a ton of pain. There would be times where she would throw about 10 pitches and then really have to be pulled out of the circle at times. She is going to give it a go today. I talked to her mom and also the head coach of the Jimtown Jimmies, Brandy Eberhardt, and she said there was no pain pregame. She is good to go. The velocity wasn't where it normally is, but the fact that she is in the circle and going to give it a go, she was going to do whatever it takes for this team to win, and that is what you're seeing out here today.
It was such a question mark that Jimtown actually warmed up two pitchers tonight, Eberhardt and Lily Gogler at the same time, but Brandy Eberhardt, the head coach, had all eyes on Kyla, and you can understand why, because she has been dynamic in the circle when she has been healthy. This year, in her only outing of 2025, she struck out 14 and walked 1 in a 2-hit shutout of Niles, and she has been electric at times. A couple of years ago as a sophomore, she managed to fan 15 in a win over Concord. The only question here tonight, Anj, is with this in-and-out rain and the grip on the ball, how that's going to affect the pitchers.
Well, no question, and how it'll affect her with that nagging leg injury. I spoke to her and her mom on Monday when I was out here at practice. She was in tears talking about how frustrating this season has been to not be able to pitch. And her mom said the weather could affect how much they use her because they don't want to make the injury worse in any way, but she can play through it. It's just a matter of the pain, and she's going to give it a go here tonight because this is a big game, and this team feels it's a big difference when she's in the circle because she is their best player both at the plate and in the circle.
Our opening pitch tonight is sponsored by your neighborly hometown heroes, and our first inning this evening being brought to us by WeFab. That's Warsaw Engineering and Fabrication. Kaylin Mans will lead it off for Tippecanoe Valley, 286 hitter on the year. No homers and 4 runs batted in for the right-handed hitter. And we are ready for softball on Sports Michiana. First pitch is called a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
First softball game for us at Sports Michiana. Excited to bring it to you here. Hopefully the weather will stay away. We've got some sprinkles in the air, but love to play some softball here tonight.
Swing and a miss on a fastball there from Eberhardt, and it's 0-2, and you get an idea of the kind of speed that she brings within the ring. Eberhardt deals, and that one fouled straight back as Mans had a good rip at it. Mans has had a decent year at the plate. She had an 8-game hit streak snapped on Saturday against Elkhart. But she's made some good contact this year. 4 doubles on the year for the Valley center fielder. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 called at the knees, and Eberhardt fans the first batter she faces tonight.
Well, how about that for a start for Kyla Eberhardt? Just her second game of the season, a strikeout in her first batter of the evening. What a great start for the senior leader of this Jimtown squad.
You've already met McKaylee Costello tonight, one of our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. She takes that pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Costello batting .333 with a homer and 10 driven in. She has 104 hits in her illustrious Viking career. The 1-0 is taken down low, and it's 2-0. Costello is senior. And as she mentioned, Anj going to Purdue Fort Wayne to study finance. 2-0 from Eberhardt, smacked hard foul, and it's 2-1.
Warsaw Engineering and Fabrication is your industry leader in metal fabrication and equipment solutions. No job is too big, small, tough, or dirty for the team at WeFab. Learn more at warsaweng.com. Go Vikings, and they are our sponsor here in the first inning.
The Jimmies defensively have Brooklyn Gillespie in left, Skylar Pello in center, and Nora Hochstetler in right. Cameron Williams at third, Kendall McPhee at short, Lily Gogler at second, and Layla Winrod at first base, and then Malia Wingard behind the plate, and that one went through the 5-hole on her, and it's 3-1.
Pello, the leader of that outfield as the lone senior in the outfield, really loves the way the underclassmen have come along here as the season has progressed around her. She feels like they're just making the little things, like had trouble catching the ball with two hands at one point in the season, and now have been able to do that here as we get a walk here on the second batter of the game.
Eberhardt missing upstairs that time, so Costello is on. This is not a Tippecanoe Valley team that does a lot of running. They've only stolen 16 bases this year, and they've got their best hitter at the plate now in Dalen Bussard. Bussard is batting .514 for the season, 4 homers and 13 runs batted in. She has an 11-game hit streak as she fouls off the first pitch from Eberhardt, and it's 0-1.
Just an outstanding player, but really this is what we were referring to at the top of the batting order when we were giving it earlier. After Bussard, you have Naomi Gertie, and then you have 4 players that are hitting under 200. So really, they have to do their damage at this spot in the order.
The 0-1 check swing, she didn't go, and the runner steals second. So we said they didn't run much, but Brian Barger, feeling like he's got to be aggressive tonight, especially early on in this game, sends Costello there and gets the stolen base.
Yeah, and Weingart had trouble behind the plate getting a hold of the pitch, probably the wet conditions affecting that.
The 1-1 in there for a strike at the knees, and it's 1-2. Bussard, only a junior. Big Purdue fan, as a lot of folks down in Mentone are. Swinging a foul out of play, and it's still 1-2. Dalen will also be pitching tonight for Tippecanoe Valley. She took the loss last night in their defeat against Homestead. Down in the dirt, there goes Costello. She steals another one, and the ball hit the bat of Bussard as Wingard tried to throw it down there. But Bussard was standing right in the batter's box. She had the legal right to be there, and the count 2-2.
Umpire shaking his head like no issue there because of the situation.
William Hickson working tonight along with Rodney Miller. There are arbiters for tonight's festivities. 2-2 the count. Taken high, it goes off Wingard. Here comes Costello on the board, 1-0. A gift run for the Vikings. A walk, 2 stolen bases, and a wild pitch.
And we talk about Jimtown's fielding usually being exceptional, that they don't really make mistakes out in the field. Well, the mistakes so far happening behind the plate here as they're unable to handle the ball here with possibly because of the wet conditions out here.
Now a 3-2 pitch. That's a check swing, ball 4, and Bussard is on board.
And obviously the other dynamic would be Wingard is not used to handling Eberhardt, and Eberhardt has been a little inconsistent here. Again, just her second game of the season. So all of those playing factors here in the first inning in a game that, you don't get your normal way of warming up because of the conditions and everything like that. It's been a little wacky here today for everybody, including our great Sports Michiana broadcast team.
Naomi Garrity at the plate takes that one low. Garrity batting .290 on the year. 2 homers and 8 runs batted in for the Valley first baseman. She had a home run last night against Homestead. Runner on first, 1 away, and a 1-0 Valley lead. Pop foul and out of play, and the count evens at a ball and a strike.
Go like Jimtown from your friends at Superior Tool and Die. Since 1952, Superior Tool and Die provides quality products, on-time deliveries, and integrity in all the work that they do. Call Superior Tool and Die to discuss your large or small project. We thank them for being our instant replay sponsor here tonight.
There's a strike called, and the count goes to 1-2 on Garrity as you take a look at Bussard, and she would be somebody that you would consider a base-stealing threat here for Valley.
She does everything.
The 1-2 pitch inside. Wingard's throw down there, and they got her. Wingard with a perfect throw. Kendall McPhee did a nice job coming across the bag, but Wingard put that throw on the second base side of the bag, and they had Bussard dead to rights.
That's a great moment there for Wingard after a couple struggles handling the ball early on in this first inning, making up for it there by gunning out Bussard down at second base. As you mentioned, a good base runner, so not an easy task there for Wingard, but they get the runner out there at second base, and now 2 away here in this inning.
Ball and 2 strikes the count. Swinging a line by drive right back up the middle for a base hit for Garrity. So Garrity gets the first base hit of the game as she sends one back from whence it came, and it'll bring up Temperance Caudle, the left fielder. Caitlin Threlkel is moved into the 5 spot tonight. Threlkel, the catcher, checks a swing and takes a strike. Threlkel batting .115 on the year. No homers and 4 runs batted in. She swings and misses at that one, and the count is quickly 0-2.
Eberhardt trying to get out of this inning here with just 1 run scored.
The pitch fouled away, and Threlkel stays alive. Threlkel snapped out of an 0-for-16 slump on Tuesday with 2 hits in their win over LaVille. The pitch down in the dirt, good stop by Wingard, and it's 1-2. A lot of people had hits in that game as Valley put 29 on the board against the Lancers. 1-2 delivery. Inside corner called strike 3, and Eberhardt gets out of it. But there was a run on a hit. No errors, 1 left after half an inning. Valley leads Jimtown 1-0 on Sports Michiana.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh.
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance. Design, build, renovate. Jimtown coming to bat. Their batting order is sponsored by Jimtown Athletics. Here's Anj.
All right, we mentioned Kyla Eberhardt at pitching. She'll be the number 2 hitter here today. The senior batting .533, has a 10-game hit streak for the Jimmies. Kendall McPhee, the shortstop, batting third at .453 batting average. Layla Winrott is a first baseman, .417, 22 RBI, and then look at number 6 batter, Skylar Pello, the center fielder, hitting .489 with 17 RBI.
And yes, the positions were a little adjusted there because of the last-minute change by Jimtown of their pitcher tonight, but we'll see what this Jimmy team can do at the plate against Dalen Bussard, who is 4-2 on the year, 2.32 ERA. She took the loss, as we mentioned yesterday, against Homestead, but she did strike out 12. Bussard with a fastball, a rise, a change, and a curve, and she gets the first pitch over on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 to Lily Gogler, who's batting .200 with a homer and 7 knocked in. Gogler fouls that one away, and Bussard quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Gogler batting .200, but that's a pretty good comeback when you consider she started the season 0 for 15 at the plate. She has started to find her stroke.
Well, and she was the one pitching most of the season, so she had to find her way as a young player, thrust into the circle as the pitcher when Eberhardt was down injured, so you can understand where the compensation there might be the struggles at the plate, and as the season has progressed, she's kind of gotten out of that slump, and as you said, going from 0 and 15 to batting .200 is a pretty good comeback, so she's hitting the ball well as of late.
She took that one outside, and the count goes to 1-2. Bussard wanted to see if Gogler would go on a little fishing trip, but nothing was biting tonight. Here comes the 1-2. Popped up down the left field line, curving out of play, and it'll still be 1-2.
We mentioned the Jimtown starting lineup brought to you by the Jimtown Athletic Department. They want to thank all the amazing fans, parents, and staff for working together. Community support is what makes Jimtown such a great place.
Another stray shower starts to fall as Gogler fouls another one out of play. Gogler is a terrific athlete. She is also the point guard and the team captain for the girls basketball team here at Jimtown and was the MVP of that squad this past winter. The 1-2 pitch missing outside corner, called strike 3. And it's sponsored by Tippecanoe Valley Athletics. So both starting pitchers starting with called third strikes tonight. One down here in the first, and it brings up Kyla Eberhardt, the pitcher. Eberhardt, the best hitter on this Jimtown team in terms of average. .533 for the season. No homers and 9 knocked in. She takes that one way high for ball 1.
What's really allowed her to hit the ball so well this year as a lefty has been her ability to slap the ball. She's really improved in that area this season, and that's allowed her, obviously, to leg out some bases that she had not been able to do as a sophomore and junior.
She is on a 10-game hit streak entering the action here tonight. And we've got time called by the home plate umpire as he was getting a foul ball, that one that went out of play down the line back.
That last strikeout brought to you by the Tippy Valley Athletic Department, congratulating the softball team on a great season so far and thanking the parents, staff, and fans for all their support. Search Tippecanoe Valley Athletics on Facebook for the latest on our programs. Go Vikings.
That pitch a little bit outside, and the count goes to 2-0 on Eberhardt. You mentioned her slap hitting. I mean, considering she's had a leg injury, she's also got pretty good speed. She is somebody that once she gets on base, it tends to go. And that pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1.
Thank you to Jimtown Pizza, located across the street from Jimtown High School, for feeding our crew tonight with their hand-tossed pizza and their chicken tenders. Jimtown Pizza keeps it old school as a carry-out restaurant that accepts cash or check only. Jimtown Pizza, your hometown pizza place.
With the third baseman, Melanie Costello, playing in, Eberhardt tried to slap it by her, but it was foul, and the count goes to 2-2. Costello backing up a little bit now with 2 strikes. A lot of room up the middle for Eberhardt. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as Bussard blows it by her. Back-to-back strikeouts. That one sponsored by Tippecanoe Valley Athletics. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Kendall McPhee, the shortstop.
They knew what they were doing when they decided to sponsor her strikeouts because that's something she does very well all year long.
McPhee will provide a challenge at the plate as well, batting .453, no homers and 7 runs batted in for our Tony Letcher Health Market student-athlete, who hits this one on the ground to Melanie Costello. The third baseman fires for the out, and 1-2-3 go the Jimmies in the first after 1. Tippecanoe Valley leads 1-0 on Sports Michiana.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Shopping for tires used to really grind my gears. So many tires, and the thought of choosing the right one made me, Precisely. That's before I went to TireRack.com. I got the best deal hands down. My tires ship fast and free, arrive the next day like clockwork. Tire Rack even gave me 2 years of free road hazard protection. Precisely.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lillard Insurance Agency. Real people, real service, real value. Our second inning tonight being brought to us by our friends at Ferret Custom Roll Forming. It's a 1-0 Tippecanoe Valley lead as we start the second, and the first pitch from Kyla Heberhardt is on the inside corner for a strike. Here's Mulaney Costello, the third baseman. Costello batting 160, no homers and 5 runs batted in. And she takes that one a little bit low, and the count goes to 1-1.
Younger sister of Michaeli Costello, senior and freshman. Doesn't look like a freshman at the plate.
And Costello had that one get a piece of her, and she's going to hobble on down to first base. So Costello is hit by the pitch. We'll see how aggressive Brian Barger is and how fleet of foot Costello is right now with the ball hitting her in the shins, as it'll bring up Temperance Caudle, who's playing left field tonight.
Number 6, Temperance Caudle.
Caudle has been batting in the 5 spot for a good chunk of the season, moving down to the 7th spot here tonight.
She had a 3-game hit streak snapped on Wednesday, batting 160 on the year, but she popped up the bunt there. And the third baseman, Cameron Williams, was able to bring it in. There's one away.
Before the game, we interviewed our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana and a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
Another popped-up bunt. This one from the bat of K.C. Shriver is fielded by Eberhardt. And Valley bunting themselves right out of an inning here in the second. 2 pitches, 2 bunts, 2 pop-outs. Here's Elise Smith, the right fielder. The senior is batting .310 with a homer and 7 runs batted in. The homer crossed State Road 19 on Tuesday against LaVille. As she takes that one for a strike, 0-1. It was an opposite field grand slam. Where the wind was blowing out at Valley on Tuesday, it's blowing in here tonight. You would need a howitzer to get one out of here.
Yeah, that thing had some movement in the exact wrong direction for a home run hitter this evening.
0-2 now, the count on Smith, and Eberhardt a pitch away from getting out of trouble here in the second after the leadoff hit by pitch.
Second inning brought to you by our friends at Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, providing ISO-certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Swing and a miss, drop third strike, the throw to first to complete it, and they get Smith by a step to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Person left on base, 1.5 in the books. It's a 1-0 Valley lead, and we go to a Patrick sideline report. Bennett Wise is standing by with head coach Brian Barger.
Coach, we've seen you be very aggressive on the base pass and just trying to lay down a few bunts right here. What's giving you the green light to go ahead and do that?
That's our MO for the season and for the last couple of years. Make things happen, make the defense make mistakes, and we can capitalize on their mistakes.
It's still early on in the game. What have you seen, especially in that first inning, getting a run across? How does that momentum build here moving forward?
Like I said, hopefully it gives Daylin some mojo, knowing that she's got the lead. She's going to go out there and hold it, and we're going to score some more runs for her.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. Guys?
All right, thank you very much, Bennett. Brian Barger, in his second stint now at Tippecanoe Valley, it's interesting. His first stint was a full 20 years ago. He was a young man coaching from 2001 to 2003 as the head coach. Then his family was young. He felt he needed to get away from coaching, go take care of his family. He still did a lot of umpiring around the area. But he's back into coaching now and was thrilled when Sam Sturdivant reached out to him with the Valley job once again.
We've seen that. Last year, we broadcasted a game in basketball where the Hanover Central coach was in a similar position that took a long break because of the fact that he wanted to be there for his kids as they grew up and played sports, and then now had the opportunity to get back in it. So really cool to see that happening here at Tippy Valley.
Layla Winrot leads off the inning for Jimtown and takes inside for ball one. Winrot batting .417 with a homer and 22 runs batted in. She had the game-winning homer, a walk-off shot here against Knox. She pops this one up into the infield, and the second baseman calling, but the shortstop comes over, and Costello makes the catch for the out. There's one away.
Thank you to Tire Rack for being the scoreboard sponsor for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. Need new tires? Visit TireRack.com and check out their easy-to-use tire decision guide. Tires, wheels, and more will help you get there.
Here's Cameron Williams batting .277. No homers and 9 runs knocked in for the freshman third sacker. She takes one here inside for ball 1. 4 up, 4 down so far for Dalen Bussard. And Valley leads at 1-0. Williams takes another one inside, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, for all the talk we had early about Jimtown's bats being one of their big strengths, so far it's been Bussard who has dominated that end, but obviously very early. But
Williams couldn't connect with that one. It's 2-1. She's been a hot hitter as of late. Another player who started the season slow, 1 out of 15, understandable for a freshman. Since then, she's been 12 for 23. Fouls this one straight back, and it's 2-2.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is a longtime supporter of high school athletics. They're also helping NASA send astronauts back to the moon. Want to help? Learn more on joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
The 2-2 to Williams. Fouled away again, and it's still 2-2. Jimtown, as we mentioned, leading the Indiana Northern State Conference at 4-0. Valley is 3-1. It's still very early in the conference year. They play a double round robin in the INSC. And there's a rip down the third baseline, a fair ball. Williams will round first and take the big turn and hold right there as Valley gets it in quickly with Caudle out in left field.
She almost got caught in no man's land between first and second and is able to get back. But, man, you couldn't have a picture-perfect hit better than that as you take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die. Just rips it right down that third base line, hugging the line, and going out to left field. But kudos out there in left field as well for Tippy Valley as Caudle was able to get that ball in quickly to avoid it being a double.
Now Skylar Pello batting .489 steps in and takes the first pitch high. Jimtown has been a very aggressive team on the bases this year, 35 of 38 in stolen bases. Pello hits a mile-high foul ball. The catcher tries to get under it, but it hits off the roof of the press box and out of play, and it's 1-1.
Well, that was benefited by the wind here. That one might have been in play if it wasn't for the fact that the wind is blowing in a tremendous way. Almost took out the press box. They're hoping to eventually replace this press box in the very near future, and they're a couple years away from doing that. We appreciate everyone in the press box accommodating us. Concessions running out of here as well as the PA announcing and scoreboard.
Well, you got to like your spot. You're right in front of the popcorn popper, for crying out loud.
Well, it's kind of a tease because I can smell it, but we're broadcasting. We can't eat it.
So to speak. 2-1 the count. Fouled back and out of play. I mean, when has that ever stopped us before?
True. You got a quick view at it on the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. There you see the you got it.
Popcorn
right
popper right there. 2-2. It's like a dream and a nightmare at the same time. Bussard ready for the delivery. Pello knocks a ground ball to Costello. It's foul.
Off-speed pitch there by Bussard. But Pello was able to wait on it, make contact, and just goes foul.
So let's see if she goes to this curveball that she has added to her repertoire this year. Brian Barger likes her to use it as an out pitch. The 2-2 fouled away there. She came back, tried to get her with some heat-changing speeds, and Pello was up to the task. Pello had a 3-hit game against Bremen on Tuesday. 3-year starter here at Jimtown. She's knocked in 17 this season.
She's in an interesting spot in the 6th hole with that many RBI and the third best hitter in terms of batting average being that low in the lineup. So they kind of stagger their top hitters in this Jimtown lineup.
Williams the runner at first. She holds. The pitch is high, and the count goes full 3-2. Now they throw behind Williams, and she steals second on a delayed steal.
Tell you what, I think she might have been playing Tippy Valley earlier by hanging out in between the bases on the single, making them think that they could catch her downfield, and then she would take off for second base, and that's what she does there.
Threlkel went to try to backpick her, but instead Williams went the other direction, and now she's in scoring position for a player with 17 RBI on the season. The 3-2 pops straight up, foul ball. Threlkel back to the screen, can't get to it. That's another one we've got incoming here.
We might get a popcorn full of softball balls here if we.
I did a Notre Dame baseball game one night where the cameraman wound up falling through the ceiling into the press box.
Wow. Okay, let's not have that.
No. Well, we don't have any cameras up on top of the press box, so we're safe here tonight. 3-2 the count, the pitch. High foul ball down the right field side, out of play, and boy, Pello really making Bussard elevate the pitch count here in this at-bat.
Yeah, very good at-bat here. Sometimes these are the ones you don't notice when you look at a box score if you weren't there in attendance for a game. But she's really working the plate, frustrating Buzzard here, and hopefully able to get something out of it on this pitch.
Ball 4 high. There goes Williams to third, and she is safe. The tag was on the wrong side of the base by Costello.
Hopefully she's okay. She took an awkward slide into third base there, got in for her second steal of the inning. As we take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die.
The throw easily beat. Ooh, that might have been.
Live, I thought she got a leg underneath it. I think you thought so too, but on that replay, maybe she did get her. I mean, and again, this is what we talk about. People sometimes pick on the umpires, pick on the referees. It is a difficult job, to say the least, because those are bang-bang calls, and I'm sure from his vantage point it looked like she was safe, because from our vantage point live in the press box, it looked like she was safe as well.
Meanwhile, Pello takes second base on fielder's indifference, and there's runners at second and third with one out, and this pitch by Campbell launched into left field, a base hit. One run is in. Here comes Pello. The throw to the plate is late. It's 2-1 Jimtown.
Well, how about that? You talk about the aggressiveness of Williams in terms of taking third base on that play. If she does not do that, they don't have two runners in scoring position. As you take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die. But because of that, they get the runner in difference to go to second base, and then they get two runners in scoring position, and they drive the run home to take the 2-1 lead here in the second inning.
What a week it's been for Olivia Campbell, who stands at first base now. She had 3 runs batted in the win over Bremen on Tuesday. She picks up 2 in her first at-bat tonight. That's 5 for the week, and she now only has 7 RBI for the season. But here's a sophomore who kind of got called up to the varsity midway through the year, and boy, has she delivered, batting .421 coming into the action tonight. Now Nora Hochstetler will come to the plate, the freshman batting .273. No homers and 3 knocked in. Hochstetler playing right field tonight. First pitch from Bussard is in there for a strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
Your home deserves the best, and your neighborly hometown heroes are here to deliver. Glass Doctor secures your home with expert glass care. Mr. Handyman takes on small fixes to big improvements and 5-star painting. Revitalize your space inside and out. Trust the pros who bring you peace of mind above all else.
Hochstetler trying to bunt and missed. 0-2. Only one out here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss, and Bussard racks up another strikeout, her third of the night. It's sponsored by Tippecanoe Valley Athletics.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Link your Elevate credit or debit card, and your nonprofit earns 1% cash back. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
Brooklyn Gillespie at the plate now, and the left fielder takes inside for ball 1. Gillespie batting .227 for the season. No homers, 3 knocked in. She is a terrific 3-sport athlete here, also a member of the volleyball team that went to the semi-state. Lays down a bunt. Costello, bare hands, throws to first. Got her. Nice play by the freshman Mulaney Costello to gun down Gillespie at first. But the damage done by Jimtown, they get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. And as we go to break, it's 2-1 Jimtown on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Friends, this edition of the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth and the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. We're at Jimtown tonight. Jimmy's lead Tippecanoe Valley 2-1 on the softball diamond. And Valley will lead it off at the top of the order. Kaylin Manns here in the third. She struck out looking against Kyla Eberhardt. Eberhardt making only her second start of the season in the circle. As Anj and Bennett detailed for you, a leg injury for her has kept her sidelined for much of the season, but she hasn't thrown too badly here tonight. She throws a strike there to make it 0-2.
And it's kept her sidelined from being able to pitch, but not being able to play second base, being able to be the top hitter. It's a pain issue that she has to deal with as the ball fouled back right to us here at the press box. Third inning brought to you by our friends at Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger. They're a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Just ask Zach to put you on the rack to attack the back.
Wow, look at you. You doing a little marketing for them over there?
Well, I should be.
That was pretty good. That is kind of our role here when we have our advertisers, I guess. I might work that into the live read next time.
Great to have them on our team this spring. 0-2 the count for Kaylin Manns. And Eberhardt fields the one hopper right back at her, and there's one away here in the Valley third. Brings up McKaylee Costello, the shortstop. It was interesting to see the dynamic between her and Kendall McPhee, as you'll see another look at this out on the Superior Tool and Die replay. But the two student athletes had obviously competed against each other many times and seemed to be very friendly with one another as Costello pops this one into short right field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Costello's going to try to go to second. Hochstetler's throw is in time.
What a play by Hochstetler. Unable to get it in the air, quickly fielding the ball, firing a perfect strike to second base for the out as you take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die. This one going to drop in. Tippy Valley, as they mentioned, are very aggressive on the base pass. She quickly fires, and that is perfectly placed.
And well handled by Kendall McPhee out there at short to get the tag on Costello in time. Here's Dalen Bussard, and boy, you'd much rather face her with nobody on base and two away in an inning. Bussard walked her first time up. She does have 4 homers on the year. The wind has calmed down a little bit here, and Bussard hits one high and deep to right field. Hochstetler backs up and makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base after 2.5 in Bago Township. 2-1 Jimtown on Sports Michiana.
Your garage door keeps your home, family, and valuables safe and secure. Make sure it always looks good and works well. Precision Garage Door is your one-stop shop for design, installation, and repairs. Count on us to help you choose the right materials, style, and color for your new door. And when you need repairs, we're ready. Our friendly trained technicians work around your schedule and are available 24/7 for emergency repairs. Call your local Precision Garage Door today.
Garage doors done right.
You dream it, we design it. You need it, we've got it. We crank it out so you can crank it up. We work with purpose to power your passion. It's game on, so come on. Let's elevate adventure. Let's take life to the next level today. Let's become better together. This is Patrick.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by your neighborly hometown heroes, Glass Doctor, Mr. Handyman, and 5-Star Painting. 2-1 Jimtown. Lily Gongler, top of the order, leads things off for the Jimmies here in the third. Valley scored 1 in the first. Jimmy's answered with 2 in the bottom of the second. Dalen Bussard in the circle for Valley, fires a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Gongler struck out looking her first time up.
Third inning brought to you by our friends at Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic.
Bussard deals. High fly ball into right field. Backing up is Elise Smith, and she makes the two-hand grab for the out. There's 1 away. You know, one thing I've found in softball more than baseball is you see the outfielders use 2 hands more to make catches.
And that is funny you say that, because that is one of the things that Skylar Pello was working on with her teammates out in the outfield for Jimtown. Obviously, it's Tippy Valley in the field right now. But that inability to get 2 hands was something she was working on with one of her teammates. And finally, as that's happened throughout the season, they've been able to do that. And that is a key factor to be able to make sure you're playing clean defense out there.
Kyla Eberhardt punts for a base hit here.
Well, that was picture perfect.
Eberhardt extends her hit streak to 11 games with a bunt single down the third base line. If Melanie Costello lets that ball roll, it probably goes foul.
Yeah, but it's just so hard to be able to tell, and it might have been worth it because of the fact that it's going foul or she's getting a hit. So no matter what you fielded that, I don't know if you're going to be able to throw Eberhardt out at first base. So maybe it's worth taking the risk of it not.
Yeah, that's why I would say let it roll foul, because now you've got a player on base with 9 stolen bases on the year.
In fact, actually, they did do a courtesy runner since she is pitching here tonight. So they threw a courtesy runner out at first base.
And that'll be Rylan Polston, the freshman, as Kendall McPhee takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Thank you to her mom and everyone at Jimtown Pizza for providing our food for our crew here tonight.
Polston, a 4-0 student here at Jimtown, as that pitch misses high and away, and the count evens at 1-1.
Respect, loyalty, pride, courage, integrity, and dedication. Those are the many ways officers at the St. Joseph County Police Department are serving our community. If you're looking for a career change that really can make a difference, visit sjcpd.org to learn more.
McPhee down in the count, 1-2. She bounced out to the third baseman Costello her first time up. And she fouls this one off the end of the bat. It's still 1-2. Bussard is fan 3, and she has walked 1 in this game tonight. But Jimtown, living up to the reputation, they have 3 hits already, and as a team, they have been batting .339 for the season. One of the better hitting softball teams in our area. The 1-2 from Bussard. Pop foul off the end of the bat, still 1-2.
The funny thing is, as you say that, Brandy Eberhardt, on Monday when I talked to her about that, she goes, yeah, we're hitting okay now. You know, she was not pleased with the way they've hit consistently throughout the season. Yeah, they've had their moments where they've hit well, and that's come along a little bit better over the last week or two, she has said.
McPhee, 2-2. She is a tough person to strike out. She has only fanned 1 time this season. She's planning on studying nursing at IUSB. She fouls this one up. Threlkel over to get a look, and the catcher makes the catch with Garrity right behind her. So a nice play by Threlkel to handle that one. There's 2 down here in the third for Jimtown, and it brings up Layla Winrot, the first baseman.
Now batting number 45, Layla Winrot.
Winrot came into the action batting .417. She popped up to the shortstop Costello her first time up. Let's see if they send Polston here. Pitch is high for ball 1. Polston, only a freshman. So you can understand if she might be a little bit nervous on the bases in this situation. The pitch misses high. A good stop by Threlkel there, and it's 2-0. Meanwhile, Layla Winrot, we talked about McPhee. She's only struck out once this year. Winrot has only struck out twice. One of those was Tuesday night against Bremen. She takes a strike there, and it's 2-1. She was the star of the Fairfield game this year. 3 hits and 6 RBI in a win over a good Falcon squad. She hits this one fouled on the right field side, now to play.
if you're just tuning in, you would never have known that this game was never supposed to happen because of the weather. Bright skies, a sunny day, and it looks clear out there right now. Hopefully, as I knock on wood here in the press box, we are in the clear here for the rest of this game.
Oh, this is the way the weather always is for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
It's true. It has been an interesting ride here over the first couple of weeks, and that's the way spring sports are in northern Indiana. You just never know, no matter what the forecast is, whether or not you're going to get a game in or not.
That's why most athletic directors have the same amount of hair as Scott Hamstra. 2-2 pitch. Hit into right field. On comes the right fielder, Smith. She can't get there. It drops in front of her. Polston on her way to third. There goes Winrod into second. And she'll get in there with a double.
2 runners now in scoring position after that 2-out double here. We'll take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die, going opposite field, putting that in just enough down the line that they're unable to make the catch and able to get the runner over to the third now.
Big at bat here for Cameron Williams, who ripped one down the left field line her first time up. And she swings and misses at a buzzard fastball there. It's 0-1.
If she can do that again here, I imagine Brandy Eberhardt will be pretty pleased for our Patrick Sideline interview coming up here after this half inning.
Williams fouls one straight back. And Bussard quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. But this has been the problem for her. She's been able to get 2 strikes on hitters a lot. She has not been able to finish off a lot of these Jimtown batters.
These have been a long second and now a long third inning here for Bussard after having a pretty clean first inning.
Runners at second and third with 2 out. And the 0-2 to Williams. Hit on the ground to the shortstop Costello. Good throw to first, and Bussard works out of trouble here in the third. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 left on the bases, and at the end of 3, Jimtown with a 2-1 lead on the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. We'll be keeping it here as we wait for an interview with Jimtown coach Brandy Eberhardt, but why don't you talk about one of our sponsors?
Yeah, thank you to Lillard Insurance Agency for their work in helping Sports Michiana get all its insurance needs. Real people, real service, real value. That's their slogan, but Matt Lillard and his team also live it every day. Visit realvalueins.com to get the personal touch you deserve, and you can imagine Brandy Eberhardt wanted to pass the ball off to her daughter to get ready for being in the circle, and now it looks like she's ready to talk to Bennett Wise for our Patrick Sideline interview. Let's go down to Bennett Wise right now.
Right there. All right, Coach, a slow first inning, but you've gotten the bats going here in the last 2. What have you liked about that so far?
More plate discipline, waiting for our pitch, better pitches to hit.
Then in the circle, Kyla was 50-50 on even if she was going to pitch today. What have you liked about her so far?
Her confidence. She's going in and she knows what she can throw, and she's throwing it, and she's doing well. So watching the pitch count here and seeing how she does.
All right, Coach, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Bennett. Thank you, Coach. 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up for Tippecanoe Valley here in the 4th inning, and that means Naomi Garrity will start it off. She had a base hit her first time up. It's a 2-1 Jimtown lead in this key Indiana Northern State Conference game. Jimtown leads Valley by a game in the INSC standings. And Eberhardt's first pitch is hit high in the air to left field, and out there and making the grab for Jimtown is Brooklyn Gillespie. There's 1 pitch and 1 out here in the Viking 4th.
Well, that's a great way to start the 4th inning for keeping Kyla Eberhardt's pitch count down. When you can get an out on the first pitch of the inning, that can help extend the game for her in the circle here tonight. Again, if you're just tuning in, just her second game of the season, battling a nagging leg injury that has really plagued much of her pitching the last 2 seasons. And look at this, 2 pitches, 2 outs for Kyla Eberhardt. So she is on a pitch count here tonight, and she knows it. So she's making sure she's getting those outs quickly.
It's funny because in the second inning, Valley had a little sequence like this. The first batter of the inning, the leadoff hitter, was hit by a pitch on the second pitch. The next 2 batters tried to bunt the first pitch. Both popped them up. That helped hold down the pitch count for Eberhardt. And now she's dealing out there with Mulaney Costello at the plate, missing on that one. It's 0-1.
And she also doesn't have to deal with the driving rain like she was doing for the first couple innings as well.
Costello takes that one 1-1. Mulaney batting 160 in her freshman campaign. No homers and 5 knocked in, but she is in a slump right now. She's 0 for her last 10. Checked her swing on the 1-1, and it's down in the dirt 2-1.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreational experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field.
Costello swings and misses at an Eberhardt offering now, and the deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Eberhardt with a 1-2-3 inning. We're halfway home in Bago Township. 2-1 Jimtown on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
Are you tired of auto service from big box stores and new car dealers? 45 years ago, my parents, Bud and Diane, founded Zolman's with a strong commitment to the community. Today, Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care is still family owned and operated with over 150 employees and families. And we offer a price match guarantee on any tires from any local dealer, while providing complete auto service on all makes and all models. Serving you and your family for 3 generations. Buy local, shop local. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Patrick. They're empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. Jimtown with a 2-1 lead on Tippecanoe Valley as we start the bottom of the 4th. Skylar Pello leading things off. The center fielder walked and scored back in the 2nd. She takes a pitch on the inside corner here for a strike. It's 0-1.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend. Your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive. We're here for all your automotive needs, and Tippy Valley's defense is here for all your defensive needs here in left field.
Temperance Caudle makes the catch on that ball in foul territory to retire Pello, and there's 1 out. Fielding has been an issue for Tippecanoe Valley, especially as of late. They have only an .876 fielding percentage this year. They've made 36 errors in 11 games. But Brian Barger felt confident his team would be ready to go tonight. He's got a good defensive lineup out there, and they have played clean softball so far. Olivia Campbell with a big 2-run single, her first time up, steps in, and she swings through that pitch from Dalen Bussard. It's 1-1. Bussard with 3 strikeouts in the game so far. Only 1 walk. Campbell pops that one foul and out of play, and the count goes to 1-2. Campbell, a member of the volleyball team here at Jimtown, extended her hitting streak to 5 games with that base knock her first time up.
Everyone wanted a break there for a moment. It looked like the wind picking up a little bit.
Might have blown some dust into the eyes of the home plate umpire, William Hickson. Swing and a miss by Campbell. It's a strikeout sponsored by Tippecanoe Valley Athletics, the 4th of the night for Dalen Bussard. And it brings up Nora Hochstetler, the right fielder, who made a defensive gem back in the 3rd inning with her play to throw out Costello at second base.
Yeah, that was one of the better plays of the game. A potential candidate for our Big C Lumber big play of the game, as she was unable to make the catch, but able to fire to second and get the out.
Hochstetler takes that one high and away for ball 1. She is a member of the girls' golf team here at Jimtown. By the way, the boys' golf team here at Jimtown making some hay in the new Indiana Northern State Conference. As that pitch is taken outside, the count goes to 2-0. I think it's been a good move for both schools so far. Talking to people from both teams, they're really pleased with the way this conference has developed.
No, absolutely. I think it's more like-minded schools of similar size. The old version of the NIC was really a Band-Aid. We all know that's what it was, and it just had too much variance in sizes of schools when you had Penn and Elkhart and then all the way down to Bremen. So I think it made sense for this conference to develop, and who knows if they can find any further partners that could join them to make more sense too.
Strike 3 called to Hochstetler. Another strikeout sponsored by Tippecanoe Valley Athletics. That's 5 fanned by Dalen Bussard, but Valley still trails Jimtown 2-1 after 4 on Sports Michiana.
We found out about Notre Dame Federal Credit Union through a friend. We were nervous about growing interest rates, but Notre Dame Federal Credit Union communicated the entire way through that process and made us feel like we made a good move. Finding a house was the tricky part, but securing financing and going through the purchase process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, that was the easy part. That was simple. We would highly recommend working with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The customer service is amazing.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Sports Michiana's apparel, courtesy of our friends at It Stops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, tumblers. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It Stops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It Stops gives you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
Tempest Caudle at the plate, 0-1 the count from Kyle Eberhardt, and it's 0-2 now. Caudle, a member of the FFA entomology team at Tippecanoe Valley. But to prove nobody's perfect, she likes Brussels sprouts. Fouls that one.
You don't like
straight
Brussels
back.
sprouts?
Yeah.
No. Molly tries to make them a little too much. It's the one green vegetable I don't like. I don't think there's another green vegetable I don't like.
If I want a European food, I'll take French fries, not Brussels sprouts.
Wow.
0-2 the count. Or a Belgian waffle. Now you're talking. Little foul ball past the first base coach and down the line. It's still 0-2 to Caudle.
Warsaw Engineering and Fabrication is an industry leader in metal fabrication and equipment solutions. No job is too big, small, tough, or dirty for the team at WeFab. Learn more at warsaweng.com. Go Vikings.
Caudle had a 3-game hit streak snapped last night by Homestead. Here she hits a pop-up foul territory third base side. Not a play. And the count remains 0-2. Caudle to be followed by Casey Shriver and then Elise Smith, and the Vikings hope for a few more here in the 5th, trailing 2-1. Eberhardt delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Kyla Eberhardt starting to find her groove on the mound. That's 5 strikeouts on the night.
Usually as a game goes on, the batters get an advantage for seeing a pitcher multiple times. But here tonight, I think Eberhardt, because of her lack of playing time so far this year, she just needed to get into a rhythm, and now she is really cooking here in the circle for the Jimmies.
Casey Shriver steps in. She popped up a bunt to Eberhardt her last time up. She is a bat that they would love to get going. She is currently in a 1-for-21 slump. Swing and a miss at a fastball. It's 0-1.
Good luck, Jimtown, from your friends at Superior Tool and Die. Since 1952, Superior Tool and Die provides quality products, on-time deliveries, and integrity in all the work they do. Call Superior Tool and Die to discuss your large or small project.
Boy, Cameron Williams with a beautiful play from third base to field that bunt on the first base line and still make the play. You'll see it here on the Superior Tool and Die replay. Third baseman comes running all the way in and makes a strong, accurate throw to first.
And she had time to boot. I mean, it wasn't even a bang-bang play at first base. She threw her out with a few steps to go. That was a really impressive play.
Elise Smith with a rifle shot foul, and it's 0-1. Smith struck out swinging her first time up. Smith has been a hot hitter as of late. 5 hits in her last 10 at-bats. Takes an inside corner pitch here, and it's 0-2. And Eberhardt starting to hit her spots. You can see the confidence growing with every pitch.
No question. Just Just took her a little bit to get going, and now she is firing on all cylinders.
7 in a row, retired by Kyla Eberhardt. Another 1-2-3 inning. It would be stretch time here at Jimtown. 2-1 in favor of the Jimmies on Sports Michiana.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Shopping for tires used to be like pulling teeth. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to drill down to the right tires for me.
What?
Oh, I got a great deal. My tires shipped fast and free and arrived the next day. I even got 2 years of free road hazard protection.
Where?
You're darn right, wow. Next time your tires get long in the tooth, visit TireRack.com.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. Jimtown will try to build on a 2-1 lead here as Brooklyn Gillespie leads off the bottom of the fifth. Then they'll roll back to the top of the order with Lily Gogler and Kyla Eberhardt. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Gillespie, who tried to bunt her first time up and was thrown out on a dandy play by Melanie Costello at third base. The 0-1 from Dalen Bussard misses inside, and the count goes to 1-1.
Jimtown Athletic Department and coaches would like to give a big thank you to all the amazing fans, parents, and staff for working together. Community support is what makes Jimtown such a great place.
Pop foul, Threlkel couldn't quite hang on. That's a tough play for a catcher, especially because you don't have time to get the mask off and get a really good look at the ball.
That ball dropped pretty quick, so sometimes you get a lot of time. That one was not one of those situations.
1-2 now, the count on Gillespie. Bussard checks her wristband with the signals from head coach Brian Barger. And the 1-2 missing inside, the count goes to 2-2. We'll check in with Bennett Wise after this batter to get a Patrick sideline report, maybe get a little bit of an update on how Dalen Bussard is developing as a pitcher. But fouled, and that will count as a strikeout. So it's sponsored by Tippy Valley Athletics. It's 3 strikeouts in a row for Bussard. And Bennett, what has she been doing to improve herself as a pitcher?
Well, she has added a curveball this year. She's been progressing after every year of her career, adding another pitch, trying to get it better. And she learned it from a pitching coach, Aaron Rethlake, a Huntington North grad and former head coach at Huntington University, who played against the best of the best in the SEC at Kentucky. Head coach Brian Barger said it's become her put-away pitch and been effective today so far.
Thank you, Bennett. Good to have Bennett on hand tonight, filling in for Bo Hunt.
Part of our great partnership with our friends at WSBT, of course. We get to stream our games on their platforms as well, as many of you watching on the WSBT Facebook or YouTube here this evening, in addition to our Sports Michiana outlets.
Ground ball knocked down by Costello. Long throw to first, and she got her. Hang with him for Melanie Costello over at third base to throw out the speedy Gogler.
That was a fantastic job of staying with it as you take a look at the replay. Brought to you by Superior Tool and Die. Hot shot to third. She had to knock it down and then fires off, and just in time to get it. Might have been a little bit of a juggle there down at first base, but she gets the out nevertheless. And she has played really well down at third base. It's the all Costello left side of the infield with the sisters at shortstop and third.
No Abbotts to be found over there. Here's Kyla Eberhardt, 1 for 2 tonight. She singled her last time up, and she tried to lay one down there and missed it. And the count goes to 1-1.
Thank you to Jimtown Pizza, located across the street from Jimtown High School, for feeding our crew tonight with their hand-tossed pizza and chicken tenders. Jimtown Pizza keeps it old school. Carry-out restaurant that accepts cash or check only. Jimtown Pizza, your hometown pizza place.
Nothing wrong with that, as long as they keep churning out good pizza like they did tonight. 1-2 the count on Kyla Eberhardt, who opened up her season with a 4-hit game against Warsaw. Came into the action tonight batting .533. She swings and misses at that one from Dalen Bussard for strike 3. It's sponsored by Tippy Valley Athletics. Bussard has retired 7 in a row. Now she needs some offense behind her. 2-1 Jimtown after 5 on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to be like pulling teeth. That was before I went to TireRack.com. Tire Rack's tire decision guide made it easy to drill down to the right tires for me.
What?
Oh, I got a great deal. My tires shipped fast and free and arrived the next day. I even got 2 years of free road hazard protection.
Where?
You're darn right, wow. Next time your tires get long in the tooth, visit TireRack.com.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by the Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic. It's family-focused practice in Granger. Chuck Freeby, Angelo, Carlo, WSBT 22's Bennett Wise with you from Balgo Township. Jimtown leading Tippy Valley 2-1 in this softball showdown, and a fly ball to right field. 1 pitch, 1 out is Kaylin Manns helping the pitch count of Kyla Eberhardt for Jimtown tonight.
Well, she's done a great job of getting 1 pitch outs here in the last couple of innings. She wants to stay in, Chuck. She doesn't want to be pulled because of a pitch count.
This is a huge inning for Valley, though. Their best hitters are coming to the plate right now. McKaylee Costello, who has walked and singled tonight, and she swings and misses at that pitch, 0-1. Costello scored the only run of this game for Valley on a wild pitch back in the first.
Yeah, right now the number 2 hitter at the plate. Once you get to 5 through 8 in the batting order, all those batters are hitting under 200 on the season, so they would love to get a run here in this inning to tie it up, to not put all the pressure on those hitters coming up in the 7th.
Costello, a member of the Student Council and National Honor Society at Tippecanoe Valley High School. And she fouls this one past Brian Barker. In his younger days, Brian would have had that.
Of his first stint as the Tippy Valley coach, he would have that one. The Tippy Valley Athletic Department congratulates the softball team on a great season so far. Thanks our parents, staff, and fans for all their support. So search Tippecanoe Valley Athletics on Facebook for the latest on our programs. Go Vikings.
Costello ready as Eberhardt rubs up the ball. Here we go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Eberhardt puts down another one, and that is 9 in a row retired by Kyla Eberhardt.
How many strikeouts is she at right now? Because she is doing a great job. Is take a look at the replay here, brought to you by Superior Tool and Die. Gets the strikeout, able to throw the runner out at first base to complete the strikeout.
7th strikeout of the evening for Kyla Eberhardt. Here's Dalen Bussard, a walk and a fly out to right. She fouls that one straight back. The wind has died down here a little bit here at Jimtown, and Bussard leads this Valley team in home runs this year with 4. They could really use a long ball right here to get back in it, trailing 2-1. She takes that one low in the count 1-1.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Bussard has had some key home runs for Valley this year. Her game-winning home run in the 10th beat John Glenn. She had 2 homers against Mishawaka. She takes that pitch low, and it's deuces wild on the scoreboard here in the top of the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. The pitch. Foul back down the right field line, running over Hochstetler, made the catch. Nora Hochstetler has played a terrific game in right field tonight defensively for Jimtown. And 1, 2, 3 go the Vikings in the 6th. To the bottom of the frame we go. 2-1 Jimmy's on Sports Michiana.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
In 1969, America celebrated men landing on the moon. Now the USA is trying to return, and Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is helping pave the way. IFT is providing paint, chemical conversion coatings, and non-destructive testing services for NASA's Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft, which will deliver astronauts to the moon and possibly Mars. Help make it happen by joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Crown Trophy. They're nationally known and locally owned. Heart of the order up for Jimtown here in the bottom of the sixth. Kendall McPhee starts the inning with a pop foul out of play. Behind home plate, it's 0-1.
Go ahead, Chuck.
I was just going to say McPhee followed by Winrot and Williams here in the sixth.
Fair Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, serving a variety of industries, including solar, appliances, conveyor systems, chassis, and structural components to decorative trim. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com. We form value.
McPhee's got a 7-game hit streak on the line in this at-bat. She's 0 for 2 tonight. She hits one high in the air out into short right field. The second baseman backing up and making the catch is Shriver, and there's one down here in the Jimtown half of number 6.
We talked about Eberhardt settling in pitching, but so is Bussard, to say the least, as she gets the pop-up here, and you take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die. Both pitchers cooking here right now in the later half of the game.
Layla Winrot has a double in 2 at-bats tonight and takes that one high and away for ball 1. Winrot trying to get her 6th multi-hit game of the season. But Bussard, as you had mentioned, just retired her 8th in a row. Here Winrot hits one high and deep to left center field, going way back and off the top of the fence. It's back-to-back doubles for Winrot, as that one just a hair's breadth from going out.
She might have hit the top of the fence. That, as you take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die, that is about as far as you can go.
And Brandy Eberhardt trying to lobby really hard for Winrot to get a home run on that one, but to no avail. And Winrot, with her 2nd double of the night, puts a runner in scoring position here in the 6th.
Wow.
Earlier in the night, there's no way that ball would have gotten to the fence.
It might have been caught by the left fielder, because it would have been caught by the wind that much more. And on any other day, that would have been out by about 10 feet.
Cameron Williams swings and misses at the first pitch here. Williams singled and scored back in the 2nd. She's 1 for 2 tonight. Takes that pitch low, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike to the Jimtown third baseman.
Your home deserves the best, and your neighborly hometown heroes are here to deliver. Glass Doctor secures your home with expert glass care. Mr. Handyman takes on the small fixes to big improvements, and 5-Star Painting revitalizes your space inside and out. Trust the pros who bring you peace of mind above all else.
Caitlin Threlkel handles that one behind home plate for the out, 2 down, and it brings up Skylar Pello in a big RBI situation. Pello with 17 knocked in this season. 6 of those came in their win against John Glenn, and Brian Barker going to go to the hill, or to the circle, I should say, to have a word with his pitcher. We'll take a quick time out. Be back with more on Sports Michiana.
Just graduated high school and now wondering what's next? Ready to start making a difference? Now is your chance. The St. Joe County Police Department Correctional Officer's starting pay is $50,000. Working in the jail can teach you life skills that you can use as a correctional or police officer. Benefits include vacation, medical, dental, and vision. For more information, call Sergeant Kylie Williams at 574-245-6263 or apply at sjcpd.org.
So the mound conversation is over. Jimtown has a runner at second, and Tippy Valley will intentionally walk Skylar Pello to face Olivia Campbell. Interesting strategy here, considering that it's Campbell who has the 2 RBI in this game on a single back in the second.
Papello is also hitting .489 with 17 RBI, so pick your poison. It could be a situation where you just prefer to have a guaranteed out here at any of the bases.
It would set up the force at any base as Campbell swings and misses at that pitch, and it's 0-1. Campbell brought up midway through the season on the varsity, batting .421 entering the action tonight. She's had 5 RBI this week. She can't catch up with the rise there, and it's 0-2. Dale and Bussard trying to get out of a jam here in the 6th and give her team hope going to the 7th. Strike 3 called outside corner. It's sponsored by Tippy Valley Athletics. The Jimmies get a hit, but Strand 2 will go to the 7th. Valley needs 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. 2-1 Jimtown on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Ledger, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community.
This 7th inning brought to you by our friends at Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend, a longtime supporter of high school athletics. They're also helping NASA send astronauts back to the moon. Want to help? Learn more on joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
We're back with you 1 week from tonight over at School Field in South Bend for high school lacrosse as Penn, which knocked off St. Joe last week, will take on the South Bend Bears. That's Thursday night, 7 p.m. We're on the air with a pregame at 6:45. Hope you'll join us then for high school lacrosse on Sports Michiana.
Thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
Naomi Garrity leads off the inning and hits a little spinner out to second base. Gogler from her fanny throws, and they can't get her. Campbell came off the bag with doing the splits. That'll be a base hit for Garrity because you can't really fault a fielder for falling down.
And you take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die. I'm just not sure she was able to get. Oh, she did look like she might have gotten the ball, but her foot came off the bat. Great job by our Sports Michiana crew with all those angles on the replay. Brought to you by Superior Tool and Die, as she was able to. The leg came off, and she was safe for that reason.
And so we have a courtesy runner, or a pinch runner actually, coming in for Tippecanoe Valley. Kylie Cunningham will be the runner over at first for Naomi Garrity. Meanwhile, a bunt laid down by Threlkel, but it goes foul.
For more than 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping people find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Nationally known, locally run by an outstanding team that believes in supporting the Michiana community. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Threlkel is 0 for 2 tonight. She says softball has given her some great friendships. Trying to make some friends on the team now. Good bunt. Williams throws to the second baseman covering. On the sacrifice, Cunningham goes to second. She's in scoring position with 1 away for Mulaney Costello.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die. Able to get the runner out at first, but the base runner on first moves on to second. So the tying run is now in scoring position. Eberhardt 2 outs away from throwing a complete game here. And now a conference coming up here by the umpires.
Not exactly sure what this is about, but Brandy Eberhardt is standing at one foul line, and Brian Barker is standing at the other. And Eberhardt wants an explanation. I think she felt like the ball either hit the batter in the batter's box or the batter made contact with the ball on the run. If that happened, then the runner would have to go back to first base. And if the ball hit her in the batter's box, it would be a foul ball and the at-bat would resume. And it is ruled a foul ball, and the batter will resume the at-bat, and Cunningham returns to first. So Threlkel comes back up to the plate, and I think that would put the count on her at 0-2.
And the funny part is, I'm not sure who you would say the advantage goes to there, because it really depends on what happens here. Now it's an 0-2 count. You were sacrificing there. You did the job, got the runner a second, so I would presume you would say the advantage goes to Jimtown here.
That's who I would say it goes to, especially the way that Eberhardt is throwing. She struck her out right there, and now there's a runner at first with one out.
Well, that would definitely give the advantage to Jimtown now in the end, because Eberhardt dealing upstairs with that pitch.
The lights come on here at Jimtown as Costello's bunt goes over the head of Williams, but it rolls foul.
Man.
Williams came charging in as a third baseman would, but that ball had too much spin on it, and it kicked to the left and went foul. If that ball stays in fair territory, Valley's cooking with runners at first and second. Costello awaits the 0-1 from Eberhardt. Another bunt. This one she gets down. Back to the mound. Eberhardt throws to first. Gogler covering. There's the sacrifice. It goes 1-4. Runner at second. 2 out. The game comes down to this at-bat for Temperance Caudle.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Tool and Die. Excellent job by Eberhardt getting the ball thrown to first base and getting the out.
Caudle is 0 for 2 tonight, and being summoned by Brian Barger for a little strategy session right here. And I don't know if they want to talk about letting Cunningham try to steal third. Remember, Valley scored its only run of the game on a wild pitch back in the first inning after Michele Costello stole a couple of bases. Caudle, as we mentioned, 0 for 2 tonight. And she has been mired in a tough hitting situation this year, batting just 160. Swing and a miss on an Eberhardt fastball. It's 0-1. Kyla Eberhardt has fanned 8 tonight in just her second start of the year. Bothered by a leg injury that she suffered last year, a mysterious one that really kept her mom taking her to the doctor a lot for recovery. But she's 1 strike away from her second win of the season, and one that would take Jimtown to 5-0 in the Indiana Northern State Conference. 0-2, the count on Temperance Caudle. Eberhardt's delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3. She got her, and the ball game is all over. Kyla Eberhardt strikes out 9 for the night, and Jimtown wins it by a count of 2-1. We'll have our St. Joseph County Police Department postgame show with our Reliance Player of the Game and our Big C Lumber Play of the Game, and it's next on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really grind my gears. So many tires, and the thought of choosing the right one made me, precisely. That's before I went to TireRack.com. I got the best deal hands down. My tires ship fast and free, arrive the next day like clockwork. Tire Rack even gave me 2 years of free road hazard protection. Precisely.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Your garage door keeps your home, family, and valuables safe and secure. Make sure it always looks good and works well. Precision Garage Door is your one-stop shop for design, installation, and repairs. Count on us to help you choose the right materials, style, and color for your new door. And when you need repairs, we're ready. Our friendly trained technicians work around your schedule and are available 24/7 for emergency repairs. Call your local Precision Garage Door today.
Garage doors done right.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, putting people over profits. Jimtown over Tippy Valley tonight, 2-1 here on the softball diamond. Chuck Freeby and Angelo Carlo with you in the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. It's time now for our Reliance Player of the Game. WSBT 22's Bennett Wise is ready to talk with our Player of the Game, Kyla Eberhardt. Take it away, Bennett.
Thanks, Chuck. Kyla, I know there were times where you couldn't even throw a pitch without feeling pain. To have a complete game, you retired 10 batters at one point, 9 strikeouts. What did that performance mean to you?
It meant everything, you know, after coming off so many days of pain, like straight pain, crying, not being able to even play, sitting out all these games. It feels amazing to be out there doing what I love, being with everyone I love. It just feels so nice, and to get her out, strike out, it just feels so nice to finally be back out there, and I hope I can keep on pitching, keep on continuing, and get us through sectionals.
That first inning took a little bit to get through it, and then you started to find your rhythm. What was it that was working for you?
Just having confidence in my catcher, knowing that my infield was going to back me up. It's not just about me, it's about my team. I have to have confidence in my team and know that they're going to be there for me. Just put it in play, they'll get the outs, that's all.
Now your team has a 2-game lead in the conference right now. How big is that with 3 more to go?
Oh, it's big, but I think we got this. We just got to keep rolling, stay confident, stay being as a team, and I think we got this. It's easy. We just go day by day, playing each other. I think we have a good chance of going through with all the wins.
Kyla, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, thank you, Bennett. I will remind Miss Eberhardt that they do have the second half of the round robin to go through here in the Indiana Northern State Conference. And they've had some close games with Knox and Valley. Now they have to go there on the road next. But before we get too far down the road on this one, let's look at our play of the game. That's sponsored by our friends at Big C Lumber, and it happened back in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, it was a big play. Olivia Campbell at the plate, and she able to knock this one in. A 2-run single that scored the only 2 runs for Jimtown and the only 2 runs they needed to score, as Olivia Campbell coming up big with our Big C Lumber big play of the game with that drive to left field, and she really backed things up. But, Chuck, there's a reason why Kyla was talking the way she was, because this whole team has an extra boost of confidence when she is in the circle. Skylar Pello told me that on Monday. If she's in the circle, I think we can make a deep playoff run. They really believe that they can take it up a notch. And that's not a knock on the younger pitchers that they have in the system, but there is a difference between a senior that you have all the confidence in the world in and an up-and-coming freshman or sophomore. So that's where the confidence drives in, especially from that senior class, because it is a very small senior class with just 4 seniors.
Remember, Jimtown now plays in Class 2A, I believe, in softball, and that will make a difference come tournament time as well. Tippecanoe Valley's in 3A, and this is still a dangerous team. As you saw, Dalen Bussard threw a wonderful game tonight. She only really had 1 inning where she had the difficulty. That was the second when Jimtown got its 2 runs. But Valley, even though the record is 6-6, don't shortchange Brian Barker's team.
No, not at all. I think if they can get a couple of batters to be able to hit the ball a little bit more on the back end of the lineup, they can be a very dangerous squad. Maybe need to shore up some of the fielding behind Bussard as well. But they have a couple of tools, but especially with Bussard in both ends, both hitting and batting. And then Costello's sisters are also very talented as well. So they can be a problem, and I think they certainly will still be in the mix here in the conference race as well as they go into the second half of the round robin.
So the totals tonight for the Jimtown Jimmies: 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Kylie Eberhardt. She goes to 2-0 on the year. For the Valley Vikings, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. The losing pitcher is Dalen Bussard. She falls to 4-3 on the year. A good one here at Jimtown. Our thanks to Scott Hamstra and the staff for making us feel right at home, and our thanks to our Sports Michiana production team working through all the elements today, but doing a great job. Gary Martin working back there with Josh Kellogg, Tony Beltran, Deron Gray, Chris Skibby, Matt Kowalski, Patrick Driscoll, Ryan Fitzpatrick, our usual cast of talented fellows. A reminder, we're back with you next Thursday night, 7 p.m. at School Field in South Bend for high school lacrosse, as a strong Penn Kingsman team gets a challenge from the South Bend Bears. We're on the air with a pregame at 6:45 on the usual outlets, and do hope you'll join us then. Once again, for my broadcast partners, Angelo DiCarlo and WSBT 22's Bennett Wise, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final, Jimtown 2, Tippecanoe Valley 1. So long from the banks of the Boggo.
Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. And thank you to all these great sponsors for making it possible. Support us by supporting them.